every NFL is trying to figure out how do we create an advantage on offense to put the defense on their heels. And I think one team, the Los Angeles Rams, is doing a better job than everybody else at doing that. And that's because they're able to diversify their personnel groupings. But let's talk about everybody else first. Throughout the league, 11 personnel is running rampant. 50% of the snaps throughout the league are in 11 personnel. And we're seeing a negative EPA on those snaps. And that's because defense has just been so accustomed to seeing this personnel grouping. Nickel defense have gotten so good and they have the ability to stop both the run and the pass. But when you get to bigger personnel groupings like 12 personnel, they have to come out and base defenses, and teams are just having a higher EPA on those snaps. But Sean McVay did something different. In week 6, for the first time, he introduced us to his 13 personnel offense. In week 7, that rate doubled. He went to 40% of his snaps came in 13 personnel, and he started to see some uptake in the offense. But it's been his ability to blend these two offenses together, the 11 personnel and the 13 personnel. Right, week 9 and 10, the offense has really started to explode. And let's look at the situational stuff. On base downs, they lean heavily on this 13 personnel offense where you have to bring your base defense in and they have a positive EPA. But when they get to 11 personnel, they have the highest EPA across the league. And they went from a negative EPA that they had before when they were just in this 11 personnel. It just created real problems for defenses. Then we get to the red zone. 9 snaps were in 13 personnel. 1 snap was in 11 personnel. And Devontae Adams had the ability to dominate an individual defender because they had to be so focused on stopping this run with this heavy personnel in the game that he was able to run a slant for a touchdown and a fade for a touchdown. Then they had to adjust to Devontae Adams. They brought a safety over and they were able to run a touchdown. It's just this ability to keep the defense on their heels with these personnel groupings that's added so much success. So it's his ability for Sean McVay to differentiate between 11 personnel, 13 personnel, and understanding when to do it that's created such success for his offense. And I'm interested to see how teams evolve and start doing the things that Sean McVay is doing to be successful with their offensive systems.